acting or whatever, but
Okay.
one of my favorite movies I'd say is Rocky, for a lot of different
Yeah.
things. One of them is because he wrote that screenplay, Stallone wrote that screenplay
Uh-huh.
himself. He was a starving actor. They offered him $100,000 for the screenplay, but he wasn't going to be able to star in it. He said no. He held out. He made himself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the next week and finally got it made. I don't know if it's peanut butter and jelly, but
Right.
what I like about Rocky is that it shows the obstacles that we face in our lives on a daily basis or whatnot. We have the strength from within to overcome them. You know, it takes hard work. We
Right.
can train and stuff, but it's something that you pursue your dreams and you can make them reality. And you know, you get that music pumping, and you just want to eat raw eggs and go work out. Right? Just
Boom, yeah. He hits hard, that hurt.
Oh, okay. Liz, how about
I'm
you?
up. Well, you know, we have this discussion as actors and filmmakers quite
Right.
a bit, and I've come to realize that every month that answer changes.
Oh, really?
Because, you know, yeah, it does. You know, I have a lot of favorite films and a lot of things that motivated me, but one that keeps coming back to mind would be Cool Hand Luke with Paul Newman. I like that because of everything about it, just such a fantastic film, poignant lines, but most of all, something reflective of my own personality. I'm a nonconformist. I hate rules. I like breaking them.
Mm-hmm.
So being your own man, standing on your own 2 feet and taking chances is what life is about to me, and that movie reflects that.
Absolutely.
Even though the chances he took in the
So
movie weren't that good, but you know.
So that
more of a
one
character.
really struck a chord.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
you.
I just love the visuals. I love the fact that the cast was fantastic, the writing was fantastic, and yeah, the guy was a nonconformist, and I really like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Phil, you've had a chance to do some
You
thinking
know,
there.
I have 3 movies that I've always loved,
Okay.
but the one that's to me the most important is probably The Princess Bride. It was directed by Rob Reiner, and I think it's when you look at it as a film, you look at it pulls you through the story, and then if you read the book that William Goldman wrote called The Princess Bride, he went on the pseudonym S. Morgan Stern, but the story of a man in love with a woman who goes off to make his fortune and then returns as a different man
Mm-hmm.
that she doesn't recognize right away. And that to me does it all. And then at the end,
Okay.
the 4 white horses, and you know, it's beautiful.
All right.
It's a great story.
I shed
You're
a
a
tear at the
romantic
end of
girl.
nearly every movie.
Well, I
I'll tell you.
am a
Is that right?
That is
Okay.
right, yeah.
Great. Let's get back to Tenebrous and also the casting call
Mm-hmm.
that
Right on,
here
yeah.
at about 9 o'clock is
That's
going
correct.
to be taking place. Now, can you describe for us, in other words, if there's somebody out there in television land who is watching this right now and they think, I think I will go by and be part of that, what exactly can they expect? Will it be you 3 kind of sitting the way you are now, and that people will come up and sit on a stool perhaps, or will there be a camera there, or what can they expect, and what can you give them a few pointers? We don't want to give too much away because you're looking for real talent, I guess. But
Ultimately, it's
but what is it that you guys are looking for in this film for these people?
Well, ultimately, it's a casting session, and they're all pretty rudimentary, where the producers are sitting at one end of the room.
Okay.
There will be a camera,
Okay.
and we will be more or less screen testing or taping the actors. At that point, we're looking for someone who fits the part. And the thing about this business is, you can come in there and give such wonderful performance, and it happens to us daily.
Yeah.
You give your performance of a lifetime, then you leave and you wonder why nothing happened. But there are so many elements that come
Right.
into that picture: height, color of the hair, color of the skin,
okay. Yeah.
accent, etc., 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 and availability. So adding to that,
Well, yeah. Also, too, I think that the majority of people that are going to be coming to the casting will not be reading lines
for the
Okay.
lead role.
Okay.
for lead roles. We've already
Right.
got all these roles
Right.
cast.
We are-
And we've also got people coming from agents.
Right.
Basically, this is a Screen Actors Guild film, so we have to deal with people with agents and whatnot. So they have their
Correct.
appointed times.
Okay.
Mainly, what we're looking for also is people wanting to be in these different scenes and whatnot.
Okay.
Wanting to come on board and see how a movie is made. Maybe take 6 to 8 hours out of their day and whatnot. Of course, though, there will be certain people showing up that, wow, you're right for this one smaller role. You have a couple speaking lines.
Okay,
Would you be
so
interested
yeah.
in it? We have like 5 or 6 smaller roles with smaller lines
Oh.
that it's just an amazing opportunity.
correct me if
we
I'm wrong,
keep
are we
ourselves
casting for
open
the
to
lead
hope.
too? Are we having readings for?
Well,
lead
we've got
sign-up?
people, we've got girls
Specific
coming in
from agents,
specific-
right
yeah,
on.
from, but again,
Mm-hmm.
it's an open call as far as come down, you know, we'll take your picture, take your number and
Okay.
stuff like that, your
All right.
information.
And that's the great thing about what we do. It's also a bad thing, but anything can happen. You know, so if you come down and then you just never know, things may really work. And it's going to be a
Okay.
lot of fun.
All
So
right, very good.
Yeah.
Well, my guests this morning have been Phil Melfi, Brad Thornton, and Louis Mandylor, and you've seen some of the things that Brad and Louis have done in the past. Now, which one did my
Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Big Fat Greek Wedding? That was you.
That would be me,
wasn't it,
that's
Louis?
right, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Brad, you mentioned was it Sensei?
Yeah, that's
Now,
what
now
Louis
you
and I
two
did.
are both in that. And
Yeah.
what's one of the other 2 or 3 other things
Well,
that
I
you've been
started
in?
out in acting in Kickboxer 4. So
Yeah, okay. All right. Right. So anyway, we're really glad to have you guys here and do appreciate it. We're going to take a commercial break here in just a few moments. We'll be right back. But before we do, I always like to give my guests, is there something, you know, when we're in front of the camera, sometimes there's something that's the obvious question, and after we go off that I should have asked. Is there anything, though, that you guys can think of that you want to make sure we get out there?
I've
before-
got something.
Yeah, great.
For all you gentlemen that are watching out there, use 5 blades because 2 blades don't work anymore. Okay? That's my point.
That's the reason Louis has been, you know, he's
Yeah, I had a
cut
tragic
himself.
morning trying to prepare myself for this interview
He's
with
cut
the 2-bladed razor, so go 5 blades. That's my tip for the day.
You know, and I gotta
All
say,
right.
just thank you to all the people in McMinnville thus far that have helped us out and that we've had the honor and blessing to meet. This is an amazing place, and from everyone that we've met so far, it's really touched us. And we just want to thank you all very much.
Sincerely, yeah, it's been wonderful.
Absolutely.
I want to thank the town and the county and the state of Tennessee for all of its help, and all of my friends that I've made here, and everyone is just great, and we're going to do a lot of big things, I think. So
And you'll be seeing us around for the next month or so, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're real excited. So thanks for
And if
having
you
us.
got a barn you want us to blow up, we need to find a barn. to blow
I knew
up.
there was something like
Big
that. I
barn
remember-
There it is, we
like
need a
that.
barn.
Come on by. We'll
if you've
talk about
got,
it.
if you've got any
Just
locations,
big
the number
Hollywood
is
Indian, you'll love it.
931-507-7445, and you can call if you have any locations. We're going to be scrambling towards the end. We need a barn. That's 507-PHIL.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that
That's a joke from the
That was a
phone company.
moment.
That's a phone company joke right there.
right? Okay. All right, so you can call that number if you have any of those types of locations. One thing as you're saying that, one last thing I want to ask, and then we will take that commercial break, is when the film is completed, what's the distribution type? How can they find it?
Well, what we want to do is we want to shoot for a theatrical release. So
Okay.
it'll first be out in the theaters.
Okay.
And then 6 months, it's usually 6 months later it comes out on DVD. But
Exactly.
that time limit is shortening as, you know,
All
you
the
see it in
time.
the theater and you see it a month later in Blockbuster.
Okay.
So we don't know about that. But what we want to do is we're first just going to shoot a great film. And then we're
Right.
going to take that film and take it to the distributors. So we're not worried about that yet. We'll get a theatrical release. It just depends on what theater.
Okay. And when will the film be projected that it's completely finished?
Oh,
We want to try to do it, get it out the door, done by Halloween.
Okay.
But
All right.
we have to get it out by the end of the year. So we
All right.
have some time. We're going to make the right thing. It's going to be finished not only from a production sense, but the editing is going to be right. It's got to be right. So
Okay. All right.
It's usually a couple of months in post, and then a couple of months for a
Okay.
distribution company to pick it up, and then you're off and
Okay.
running. But that's all speculation too. You never
Right.
know.
Just a rough idea.
Yeah.
Well, again, I do appreciate you gentlemen coming by. I knew it took some effort on your part to get coming here this early, so I do appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thanks-
having
thanks
us.
for
It's
being
been a
our
lot of
guest.
fun.
Thanks for being the guest.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take that commercial break and we'll be right back.